what? Wait. Konnichiwa? Wait, what? Hello? Ooh, it is I, the ghost of Josuiji Shinri. After I went and successfully sacrificed myself to save friends. Wait, hold on. There I am. I'm not sure what was going on with that one, but hello. Konnichiwa. Umemi, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. And Hip Hip Frey, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for making the koi pond a lovely shade of green. Good to see everyone here. If you received one, please enjoy the channel badge and the emotes. And speaking of, for new members, please enjoy, or like prepare yourselves, I guess. No enjoying yet because we haven't started, but like, tomorrow will be a members watch along for Zombieland, and I have listed a couple of websites. They're just some of the options available to you if you are looking to rent the movie, so you can have a watch along. So yeah. Look, Okoidi, 2 months. I'm a golden koi now. Your streams are keeping me going, especially on most stressful days. Thank you, Shinri. Keeping you. Thank you. And thank you for re-upping the membership. Alexis, Okoidi. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. It's really fun seeing the koi, the channel badges changing over time. I can't believe it's already been like 3 months. Wait, whoops, thank you for the super chat. Unfortunately, I died, but I'm now back from the dead. Unfortunately, alas, that's how I feel every single morning. And Okoidi, missed you, there was a ghost. I will keep you safe. There will be no ghosts around to bother you because they'll have to go through me first. And by go through me, I mean like get my approval to, but that's neither here nor there. Teeth, Okoidi, and Katie, Okoidi, thank you for giving the memberships. Thank you. But if we want to marry the ghost, I need to make sure the ghost is able to take care of you and is like trustworthy, abides by their words. Shodan Himura, thank you so much for giving the membership. Okoidi. Alright, chat. Needs dad's approval, exactly. Alright, chat. I have the thing that we want to talk about mostly, Roland, Okoidi, shouldn't be calling dibs on the ghost or something in the area. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Zen, Okoidi. This is Milestone chat about Milestone chats. I'm watching a Zatsu about Zatsus. Thank you so much for the past few months. Love you. Thank you. Hopefully we can do some more fun stuff as part of members. Chuki, Okoidi, Golden Koi, yeah, let's go. If only ranking up in games were this easy, right? Yuka, Okoidi. Alright. Thank you for upping the membership. Alright, chat, real quick. I have to say a few things. One, oh gosh. So, okay, this is one of those weird things where like I want to talk about things, but I can't confirm whether it'll happen completely or whether I'll just end up doing it on my own because I'm waiting for like approval from like upper management and all this. But in the off chance it does work, you'll see it on Twitter. In the off chance that it doesn't work, I'm just gonna do it on my own, and it won't be as flashy, but I'll just be doing things on my own. Fudan-kun, Okoidi, good morning from my area. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. All right, so I'm not going to talk about what will happen if it gets approved because I don't know if it will get approved or not, but I'll talk about what I'll do if it doesn't get approved. Tea time, Okoidi. Watching has encouraged me to explore some passions I haven't given time to. Thank you so much for being you. Proud to be companion. Thank you for re-upping the membership. All right, so starting next week, I'm going to go ahead and put out a little call for several things. Several things. One, I'm looking for more script writers for like audio dramas, audio scripts, for comas, the things that I talked about over on Vesper's interview thing. We had a few who were interested, and we haven't really heard back from the ones that we've reached out to afterwards. So starting next week, I think I'll put out a call. I have to spread this out a little bit because I don't want to like spam the whole thing with this, but I am also going to put out a call for lyricists and like song, not necessarily producers, but like people who have like experience creating songs and original songs at that. And I'm looking for a variety of things, like a variety of like genres. So that'll come out next week. If I get the approval, you'll see it happening in a bigger way. Otherwise, I'll just tweet it out and then like go through the whole things. Thank you again for those who have submitted or recommended people for the clippers and video editing things. We've reached out to a few. By we, I mean like I went through all the lists and then I gave it to Mana-chan. I was like, I want to work with these people. And like I like their editing style. I like the way that they market themselves and they look like they're doing great stuff. And we're waiting to hear back from them. If we don't hear back, then we're just gonna reach out to like the next group on the list and so on and so forth. But it's gonna be a lot of me asking for people to work with in the coming like months or so. The one thing I do have to mention real quick that Mana-chan wanted me to let everyone know is that there's a few things because of how permissions work. There's a few things that may end up like we may end up working on it, and if we do select someone, we'll make sure they get paid. But some of the projects may end up never like actually being published, just because of how some things go. So that's like one big thing that I Mana-chan wanted me to make very clear when we're asking for people to submit their like portfolios and put in their little applications to work with us. Are they on? Hello, Koiri, times of difference got grab disease. Simply want to say thank you for being Shinri. Here's to many more. Thank you. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Jankin. Okoiri, always wanted to see Holo-made projects like this. Yeah. I have no idea how long it's going to take for these. Hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully, but you know how things are. So, I know chat has been asking, just the general boys have been asking when I'll put that out. And I think right now, sometime next week, closer to like the end of next week, I'll put a call out. And then I'll make the announcement again then as well. Just projects may happen, they may go through, we may get to like 50% and then call it, or it may get to like 95% and then we're about to publish it and then something goes wrong and then they say no and then we can't do it. So like all these weird things may happen. So like we just want to make sure that's very clear for everybody. All right, chat. The thing that we are here to talk about today, or like one of the things, provided we don't like get distracted with zatsus or with tangents. I want to stream more. I want to change my schedule actually, but like by changing my schedule, I want to stream more. All right. This is what I have in mind. I want to change all my mornings to zatsus. If that's okay with, like, I want to do more zatsus. All right. I just want to do more zatsus. I want to talk about stuff. I want to talk, like, I have a little thing I want to talk about traveling to Japan. I don't know if this I can say too much because I haven't actually cleared it with Mana-chan. So I'm not going to show any photos, but like I've been to Japan and I want to share some photos of like places I've been to in Japan. But yes, we can talk about that later. Later in the Zatsu. Mion, Okairi, good luck with the future project. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to do more Zatsudans, and I want to keep the same schedule I have right now. So like Tuesday. Wait, hold up. I have. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about. Here's what I'm thinking, and I will explain to you, or I'll tell you what the plan is moving forward, and I'll explain why I am doing this plan. I want to move my rest days to Monday. So there'll be no streams from me on Mondays. There may be 1 or 2 shit posts that I put out, something really silly, or like the popping video, the pop karaoke, like half semi karaoke thing, like something random gorilla streams on Mondays, maybe. But I won't have anything properly scheduled because I want to keep that for a rest day. On Tuesday will be an evening stream, and then I want to play some games at the time, because I think I can go from like 6 p.m. to closer to like 11 p.m. my time, so about like 5 hours. I'm pretty sure I could fit in a lot of time. And on Wednesday, we'll have our usual morning stream, and then an evening stream, another game. Thursday will also be a game stream, and then Friday we'll have a morning Zatsu, and then a Friday membership stream. Arkio, thank you so much for the re-upping the membership. Okoiri. Morning Zatsus are nice, particularly with my morning schedule opening up a bit further now. Glad to be a goldfish now. Yeah, let's go. Where was I? Oh, right. And weekends. I still haven't figured out what I want to do with the weekends, but I will... sorry about the pupper barking in the background. I don't know what I want to do with the weekends, but I want to start doing some more longer streams over the weekends. Not just like 6 p.m. So I may change the weekend streams to do longer streams. And I want to open that up as a potential for like a longer, more marathon-y Minecraft stream. Or maybe we can get like more of those like 5 to 7 hour video games. More of those done in during the weekends. Because right now we're kind of stuck with like 4 hours in the mornings. And I don't think the pace is fast enough. And we end up with like a space for the Unbound, which is taking like, you know, multiple weeks, unfortunately, to finish. So that's what my plan is. Real quick, your boy Stephen Adams. Hi Shinri, today is my brother Preston's birthday. Would you be so good to wish him a happy birthday? Happy birthday, birthday. Happy birthday, Preston. Happy birthday. Congrats on surviving another trip around the pond. Wait, the sun, not the pond. Sun. All right, let me go explain now why I want to change my schedule that way. 1, I want to change my Mondays. I want to set Monday to my rest days and not Sunday, because I was thinking like Sunday is still the weekend, right? It's when the week ends, and I figure it would be a nice time for me to provide like cozy content, more something comfy for people to like end the weekend on, for people who want to like relax and prepare to go into their Mondays. And I find myself taking breaks on Sundays and thinking like I should be doing something. I should be doing something more right now to make it make this weekend a bit more enjoyable and relaxing. And then with Monday, I think everyone is a little bit busy with just life in general. So I feel like I can go ahead and take Monday off. And then pick everything back up on Tuesday, where we just enter into the regular streams. And the reason why I want to swap them over, you should play a short game like Skyrim or Persona. I hear Skyrim is actually fairly short. It's like 12 hours if you only go for the main campaign. But then, like, knowing me, I'm gonna get distracted by every single side quest. Dr. Professor, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go through like halfway through the first main storyline quest and then just get distracted. Skyrim show is so short, it's one of my favorites, right? And then let's see, what was it? And the reason why I want to swap over the games and my Zatsus is I feel that I can do maybe a 2 to 3 hour Zatsu more consistently in the mornings and open up more time in the evenings to play some more games and get more progress done through those. So I want to, instead of doing one Zatsu, on Thursday nights. I'll be switching them over to do 2 Zatsus on Wednesday and Friday mornings. And then more relaxing in the morning too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then, I don't know. It's kind of mostly what I want to do. I just want to switch it around to have more Zatsus. And then have more time in the evenings to get through a lot of games. I know evening times are when a lot of people are streaming, but I feel that with the type of content that I make, it won't be too, like, competitive, I suppose. Arkia, thank you for the super chat. Another trip around the pond is super cute. Don't apologize for another way to wish us happy birthday. Thank you for the super chat. So I think that's what my schedule will look like moving forward. I have no idea how I'm going to... I might have to like change the way that my schedule looks like. I'll have to like shuffle around one of the days, or like take a break day just to like get into the groove once more. But I think that'll be the plan moving forward. And then we'll see how it goes. I'll give it like a month, just like I've been giving this new schedule here about a month or so to see if I could like enjoy settling down into it. I think I like this alternate. Let me try again. I think I enjoy this alternating schedule. It gives me some times in the week to like sleep in a bit more than usual, which is really nice. And it also lets me like recover a bit more. But we'll see how it goes. It's mostly just switching the content. So instead of Zatsus and Minecraft in the evenings, we'll have Zatsus in the mornings and then games in the evenings. So the times won't really change. It'll just mostly be the content that'll happen at those times. All right. Yeah. So I'll make an announcement about it later on when the schedule goes out as well. Dios, okoiri. Zatsu morning means Zatsu evenings for SEA, and that works too. Don't worry, it'll be a good lullaby to sleep time. For the sleep time on SEA, alternating schedule's great. And here's to 2 months and beyond. Yeah, let's go. Man, we still need to finish all those other like endings for Homily, and we also have to get through Space for the Unbound. There's just so many chapters. I think with the new schedule, we'll see how much more progress we can get. I feel like right now with the morning streams, there is like a little bit of a soft cap for how long I can go, mostly because I don't eat breakfast. So I'll go ahead and I'll stream, and then I'll have coffee, and then I'll run out of energy by the time we get to like noon. Angie, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 50 gifted memberships. Thank you. If you receive one, please enjoy the channel badge and the emotes, and love to see the hearts. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Big hearts, big wave of hearts. Thank you so much. Where was I? I think that was it. I think that's mostly it. A quick announcement about tomorrow's Resident Evil stream. This is gonna be weird, and we're gonna figure this out tomorrow on our own too. But last week's Resident Evil 4 stream was a sponsored stream, which is why we were only able to play 1 hour and 30 minutes of it. This one is not going to be a sponsored stream, which means it's a regular gameplay stream. However, there is a... Angie, thank you so much for the Yakasupa. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts. So there won't be a time limit, but there is a caveat. I have to block the screen whenever there is a puzzle or a boss fight. So it's gonna be a little awkward. But Angie, thank you for the magenta super chat. Thank you. Yes, so about half the game, pretty much. About half the game, you'll be staring at my lovely face. Angie, thank you for the orange super chat. Thank you. And Will Okoidi, thank you so much for re-upping the membership. Is it a rainbow? Thank you for the rainbow. Thank you for the yellow super challenge. Thank you. You say that like the problem? It's just a little awkward, I suppose. I can show you most of the game, but like the puzzles I think are the big ones, and then like some of the, because I don't know what a boss fight is in Resident Evil. Angie, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. So we'll go through it. We'll make the most of it, and I'll see if I can finish it. And there's weird like things, I don't know, chat. It's not really up to me. It's like up to the rules that we get from Mana-chan about what is appropriate and what's not appropriate to show. So if you've seen any of the others. Angie, thank you so much for the rainbow. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Reverse rainbow specifically, yeah. So I just wanted to let everyone know that that's what the thank you for finishing the rainbow. Thank you for the super chat. Sawana Vena. Finally got access to my work Wi-Fi, so I'm able to catch evening Zatsus. Thanks for keeping company while I clean. Keeping you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Perms in general are weird. Yeah, perms are. They are weird. They're interesting. They're very interesting, is what I will say. Nelly, welcome to the collective. Welcome. Lady. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so that's the thing that'll happen on tomorrow's stream. I'll try to make it a still smooth like experience for everybody. Alright, Deucey's adding to the rainbow. Thank you. Thank you. Resident Evil has many restrictions regarding streaming. They do, and we just need to be cognizant of those and pay attention to the requirements and restrictions. At least we can hear you doing the fights, right? Yes. I don't believe there is a restriction on the sound effects. And even if there were, then we'll like find a way. I'm pretty there is I had this like idea of like if we ever got to the point where we had to censor like a cutscene or something big, right, where we had to completely block out something and hide it, then I would just ad-lib voice lines in the cutscene. I have like things prepared just in case something happens, and it's all gonna end the exact same way, but the characters will just be the characters based on the games. So if there ever is a game with a restriction where like, oh Shinri, you can't show the ending, I'll be like, bet. I know how to show the ending, and I've I can't believe he landed that grid into a kickflip, right? It's a secret for now, but I have a plan. If we ever get like permissions to play a game, but like can't do cutscenes or can't do sound effects or something, I'll just make my own. Like I'll just verbalize like pew pew pew, meow, pew pew pew, boom, and I'll just like make the sound effects on my own, or like have a sound board that I can like play in the background to like just do all the sounds. It'll be fine. We will find ways to persevere and survive throughout the challenges. And yeah, it's gonna be wild, but we'll see how it goes. I'm still like really excited because I have not played. Wait, I have a question, chat. I didn't want to waste ammo for this during the stream, but can you just shoot the bear traps? Because I wanted to. I saw the bear traps and I'm like, that's gonna bother me when I have to run away from mobs. Can I just shoot them? Like, can I do that? Yes. You should be able to, right? In the original, you can knife them. That would take too much precision, and I'm too lazy. I'll just like take care of them from a distance. You can use a knife on them. Yes. anything can be shot if you try hard enough. Okay. Good to know. Because I did want to, that one, like the ending, the little area right before it ended, where like Leon vaulted over the window and then almost threw himself into a trap. That was like, I want to get rid of that trap. Enemies can run into them too. I feel like that takes way too much like brain power for me. Can't wait to see more of Leon's wonderful hair. Right. I can't wait to like have my computer fans explode as they try to keep up with the graphic fidelity of the game. Wait, Wilms, thank you for the super chat. Improvise, adapt, overcome, ad-lib. Thanks for the super chat. Crop top mod fans have made this great. Oh, I wish I could use mods. I feel like I want to use more mods for more games. Like, there's a whole bunch of mods I want to use from Minecraft, but like, we can't. Because we need to get perms for all those mods. I think it would, like, I think if they made like the gameplay just a little bit more exciting, or I want like a mod that's like, that makes things challenging, you know? Like, shooting the body of a zombie doesn't do anything. You have to land headshots, and it's like, all right, gonna force myself to get really good at the game, or something like that. Wait, is that just a harder difficulty? I forget. Eureka, hello, Okwedi. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Mouse Ashley, I've heard a lot about Mouse Ashley, but I don't know what this meme is. Again, chat, I've never played Resident Evil 4. This is like the very first time I've ever played it, so I have no idea what any of these memes are. There's something about like shooting crows, or like you can shoot fish, and that I know the meme, like I know of the memes. I've never seen or like understood the memes. It's actually just drawn to be a mouse. Oh, that's really cute. The one I'm looking at, she looks like a cheese wedge. Like a little triangle with mouse ears. That's really cute. Aw. But yeah, I don't know. I've never played the game, so I just only know like of the memes. Make sure to shoot the lake for a secret outfit. How do I know which lake to shoot though? Or is it just one lake? Wait. Is there like a specific lake, or like can I just shoot a river? Or like an estuary that leads into the lake? Like does it have to be a specific place? You'll know it? Okay, so we'll see for that. You'll know it when you see it. Okay. Well, because I remember there was this one place where like in Resident Evil Village, they were like, oh yeah, you want to go take this river and take a boat down the river to find this one place that has like a secret item, or not item. What was it? It was a rare meat, I think, like a rare bird. No, not a bird. Pig? I forget. In order to like find one of the meats, you had to go down the river, but there were like 3 or 4 rivers, and I could not figure out which one it was. It's like, is it this river? You go down the boat, it's like, no, there's a whole bunch of bad guys here, but that's not the river. And then you go the other way, and you're like, wait, it's not here either. And then you have to like go down a second river from one of the rivers. And yeah, that I don't know. They're all like, you'll know it when you see it. And then I saw it, I'm like, head empty. I've seen the playthrough twice now. I think all the boys have been playing it. Yeah. Isn't it a completionist thing? I think there's like one... I think it's like the fancy meat you can give to Duke, and then Duke cooks a meal for you, but like some of the higher end dishes require special meat that only special animals have. They only spawn in one place, and you can usually only find them through the treasure photographs, I think. Go down the river, go up the river, to go along the river to arrive at the river. Exactly. Yeah, something like that. That one's not real, but I think the RE4 one is. Okay. We'll have to go check that one out. what do you think of the four lords in Resident Evil? In Village? I think Heisenberg is really badass. I like him. I wish he was like a bit more clean shaven, but I think Heisenberg's pretty badass. He's just like a grittier version of Magneto, but less ambitious, I think. I like, oh my gosh, like I just love the vibes that Heisenberg gives. The beard stays on. Okay, maybe the beard can stay on, but like I just wanted to like freshen up a bit more, you know? Like get a new, like get a proper coat, you know, not the tattered thing that he's got. But like, are you a Dimitrescu fan? Lady Dimitrescu is fine. I know there's like a lot of memes about Lady Dimitrescu, but I don't know. I have feelings, not like romantic feelings, but more like, oh, I'm sorry, feelings, because she really does care about her daughters, and you end up killing all of them in rapid succession in like the span of a couple of hours. So I feel really bad because she really cares about her daughters, and it's like, I'm sorry, you know? So I feel really bad about that. And then like, yeah. Harshia Okoiri, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Love with the big heart for a family. That's the thing though, like if you read the lore, like you realize that she wanted like more daughters, like just more family because of her like condition. I don't want to get like, without getting too spoilery, like she has a condition which is only like I don't know if enhanced or like aggravated. I don't know, something with the powers like influenced her, and you could read the story about how she like wants to find more people to like live with because she's very lonely. And it's like, man, we're just some guy that busted in, and now we're going around like breaking into everyone's homes and killing them all. So yeah, reminds me of Evelyn in a way. In a way, yeah, I can see that. I think the worst one is Donna. I didn't understand Donna, like the gameplay of Donna's section. I really liked the Donna backstory, the lore, and the various pieces of information that you got about Donna that tells her about her story behind the scenes. But her actual gameplay is so bad. I love Donna as a character. I love Donna as one of the lords. I loved her because the dolls are very like... Personally, I did not like that style of dolls, but I really enjoyed the doll theme. She's so pretty, right? The thing is, the gameplay though. You enter the house, and then you do a puzzle. I love the puzzle, by the way. Puzzle was great. And then the ending, the boss fight wasn't really a fight. You would just run around and then win. And I didn't like that. I thought there could have been a lot more cool stuff that could have been done with it, you know? Tries to spook you with NTR? What? I don't understand that one. The dollhouse. Some of the dolls are cute. I really like the dresses of the dolls and the little suspenders. I got one guide and I read a comment in chat and I was very confused for a moment there. Mizuzu, thank you for the super chat. They could have gone further with the hallucinations. Right. They could have done that. Oh my gosh. I want to see things. Well, I guess they couldn't have really done it then, but they did mention how Donna had the ability to control people and had them hallucinate visions and sights and sounds using the pollen, right? So why not more of that? The baby, yeah, the baby was kind of gross. I will say though, my favorite part of the Rose's DLC, Rose Winters. what was it called? Fall of Rose? No, not Fall of Rose. It's Fall of Zoe. I can't remember the DLC title. Oh no. Shadows of Rose. Yeah, that one. The Donna level of Shadows of Rose. I really enjoyed that one. That was really well done. I like that part. Like, magnificent. Fantastic part. Loved it. To be fair, they stole Ethan's daughter, sort of dismembered the baby, so I don't really feel bad about killing everyone. True. I guess. You know, it's one of those gray area things where everyone is just a really weird shade of... There is no, like, black and white. Everyone's really gray, but the gray isn't, like, the color gray. It's just mold and fungus growing over things and just making them even more gray. So once we are in that part of the RE4, I'll say the little monster design is so fun. Ooh, I can't wait to see it. They kind of ate the village though, right? I think they were experimenting with the villagers. I remember there's this one part where Heisenberg talks about the lichens and how they were going to control or try to control the lichens, but they ended up getting way too out of control because they lost their higher thinking order processes. So it became very difficult to control beyond just having a pack of wild beasts. Something like that. Black and gray morale. It's not black and white, it's just black and gray, and just more shades of black and gray. They absolutely were screwing with the villagers. Lady D ate them or turned them into monsters. Yeah. Had a creepy dungeon that she did messed up things with. Yeah, you actually fight a bunch of the remnants of those. It's like the Bakers. Lords are tragic, but from Ethan's perspective, we gotta save our family. Yeah, that's true. I felt bad. That reveal in Resident Evil 7 when we talk with Bakers and he seems so lucid. You're like, wait a minute, it's him again. He's still alive? Because you've seen him multiple times die and then come back and then die, come back again. So when you see him one more time in that vision, you're like, oh, he's back. And then he's like, save me and my family. Please let us rest. And it was just, my heart. I'm like, okay, I will for you because you asked nicely. But I felt so sorry and I was like, oh no. Great, thank you for the super chat. My health has been stressful as of late, and I'll do as you say, take care of myself, do a bit more lurking. Wanted to remind you that you are very much loved. You are precious and adorable. Golden Koi Zixo. Thank you so much for the orange super chat. I hope you get lots of rest. Please take care of yourself. Thank you. My Kokoro though. My Kokoro. Especially when... because you get hints of that. You get little hints and teasers and just like little foreshadowing bits. You know? When you enter that moment where you are in Mia's flashback and you're talking with that guy, I forget his name, I'm so sorry, that guy, the partner, Mia's partner on the boat, and he's like, Evelyn is like infesting me, she's inside my head, she's making me do this, please get away from me, like don't touch me. You get that foreshadow of like he's doing this because Evelyn is making them do this, that this is not being done out of their own choice. And then you see Bakers and you realize, yeah, their entire family, they've been suffering this for years because of that. Because Evelyn was making them do this. Wait, who? Mia's partner, I forget what it was. They were supposed to pretend to be Evelyn's parents on the boat when it crashed. I forget what the guy's, not Ethan. Why can't I remember the dude's name? Was it really Evelyn's fault though? Like, sort of was, but she was made to do that stuff because they made her to be a weapon. Exactly. She was born that way, and she just wanted to be a kid. Because that's what they did. They just made a kid and infected her with the mold spore power things. But yeah. I like it when games give a little thought. Bad guys aren't bad guys for the sake of being bad guys. I really like it when they give a little bit of thought, be like, hey, it's this like amorphous bad entity that is causing all these problems, which has ripple effects down the line. And this story is one of those ripples further down the line that you'll never get to see the person who's in charge, who started this whole mess. But let's go through one of the stories of this one family who was impacted by this greater problem, you know? I love that kind of stuff. Yidas, welcome to the collective. Welcome. Oh, it's Alan. Right, that's right, Alan. I hope he became Alan Wake. I think he became just like a moldy stain on the floor of the boat. I learned to appreciate bad guys more in their lore, right? I find them a lot more interesting. It's a lot more interesting to talk about them than when it comes to just bad guys who are bad for the sake of being bad. They want to take over the world. Why? Because I want to. Because I have to. Because I'm written that way. You know, there's no like justification. There's no like real meaning behind it. It's just, this is the bad guy. And I get it. At some point, it's simple and it makes things easy to understand. But I don't think it's really interesting, you know. Like, no one does anything without a reason. Even if the reason is bad stuff or whatever, there's always going to be a reason. Forgive it, come on, don't keep the lore from me, right? And it's not just that. The best thing is if someone did a thing, and because of that thing, every other character has to do something else. You know? I love that. Because Evelyn was made as a bioweapon. She has, but she's a child, you know? She was made as a bioweapon, but she's a child. She wants a family, and because of that, she has to go and try to form that family she doesn't have. And of course, it doesn't help that you have Alan and Mia literally pretending to be a family the whole time and feeding into that. But you can understand why Evelyn acts that way, right? And then after that, it goes further into the Bakers and why Jack Baker is called Daddy, and why I forget the name. Marguerite is called Mommy, because Evelyn wants to continue that pseudo family dynamic, something that she will never have the chance to get. And it's like, I love that. I love it. Dante, thank you so much for the super chat. I started calling you Johnny Shins in my head. I don't know why. Thank you. It's an honor to be compared to Johnny Sins. Yeah, that's a reference. Thank you. I want to see the chain of events. I want to know if the rest of the story changed because of it, and I want to know how the characters are affected. Right? It's so good. So good. I love it. Jack Baker was super nice before getting turned, right? All like the notes, the journal entries, how he was helping with the parish and helping his neighbors out. Oh my gosh, just love it. I didn't know what that was and I googled, oh no. Be very careful about googling things that chat says. Every now and then I'll see things and I'll be like, I'll say things because I get one guide, and then it'll be out there and it'll be too late, and people will be like, what is that? And then they'll go look it up, and then it'll be bad. How about bad guys that redeem themselves? It has to be done very carefully, I guess. Keisha, you are still Joshua for me /real. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I know there is... There's got to be like a valid reason why a villain would want to redeem themselves. And I don't actually like the number one thing. The whole... I've had a change of heart, or you've shown me the way, and now I'm suddenly a good guy. I don't like that. I don't like it. I hate it. In fact, it's one of those things I really dislike because it's Deus Ex Machina, it's just like, no, it's gotta be more complex than that, you know? They're just like, oh, I have seen the light. Suddenly, this thing I've been doing for the last 25 years, all the pain, all the torment I've caused, all these bad things, doesn't matter because this one protagonist showed up and with the power of friendship showed me the true path, and now suddenly I'm accepted as a sidekick to the main protagonist. Like, you know, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So there's got to be a reason why they want to redeem. And I don't know, some of the best ones I've seen aren't necessarily redemptions, like the entire arc, but just the beginnings of it. When they realize, oh, I messed up. And instead of giving them a chance to do the arc, they're given one choice, one chance to take that first step in their redemption arc, but you don't see the rest of it. I think, like, if games had more sequels than they need to, then we could see it, but I don't know. I like it when they just help the MC because it serves their own goal in the end. The double cross. Wait, double cross? One, two? I think so. That would be the double cross, right? I guess you could make it more interesting by having like the cheesy, I have seen the light, I am suddenly a good guy, and then turns out that they were doing it selfishly, and you know, the protagonist reached behind the villain's neck and flipped the personality switch from evil to good. Right? Evil guy must stay evil for me must stay as evil guy. I think evil guy staying as evil but understanding why the good guys are doing the good guys is a lot better of a storytelling tool than switching sides. I want them to become not friends, but like temporarily, just momentarily, their goals align. And the bad guy both sides, the bad guy, you know, the quote bad guy, the quote good guy, they both understand each other for just a moment, because momentarily, you know, I think this is why I like Heisenberg, because there's a moment when you're like, wait, Heisenberg and I have the same goal right now. I know this is not going to work out. Like, this is not a friendship deal. But for just a moment, I can understand why he's acting the way he is. And Heisenberg also understands why Ethan is acting the way that he is. Just that small little bit of, oh, I understand. I think that is amazing. Because then that has the potential for growing into a proper redemption arc if, you know, the story so desires. Bad guy is bad guy to the good guys, but has reasonable intentions to do it. I like it when it's more justified, because we don't really know how the lords became lords is a little bit wonky, and I don't like how wonky it is. But if it's love that made them redeem, I hate it. Oh no, not love. Not love. Oh my gosh, like, here, have some, what's it, dopamine? No, oxytocin. Here's some brain chemicals that make you feel love. Suddenly you switch teams. No, not that. When both heroes and villains don't hate each other but are opposed because of their conflicting values. Yeah, a very like basic form, I think, is like the first arc of Bleach, when Rukia is being like sentenced to death, and then Yakuya can't do anything because he has like internal conflicting values of, I am a captain and I have to follow these rules and I can't make an exception even for my own sister. And then Ichigo's like, why are you doing this? Like, I have to save Rukia, but now I have to like literally fight the entire Soul Society to get through. Like that kind of stuff, when they're like their values and the things that they stand for are challenged. That's good. That stuff is really good. Mother Miranda was experimenting to try to find a vessel for her daughter, and the Four Lords happened to not die or become entirely monstrous. That's the thing I don't like. That's why I don't like it. That's why I think it's wonky. They just got lucky. That's the thing. Like Heisenberg, Lady Dimitrescu, Donna, and Moreau, they just got lucky. They didn't earn their place. They didn't fight for it. They just got lucky. Especially for Lady Dimitrescu, where her bloodborne illness, her chronic illness, actually ended up helping her in the end. So that's why I think it's wonky. It's not like they didn't go on a mission to try and obtain power because they wanted to save a loved one or something. They just happened to get lucky. And that's why I think like the beginnings of how they became lords is a little wonky. But otherwise, once they've gotten to that position, I guess it's all good then. I don't think rushed writing, I'm not sure if it's rushed writing or just like it's not important enough. It's not important why Heisenberg ended up in that village and became infected. It's not necessarily important to the story of Resident Evil, and it's definitely not important to the story of Ethan Winters. So I can see why they left it out, but it comes across as a little wonk. Yeah. John Wick was a villain who changed into a good guy because of love. I thought it was because of a puppy. Which I poor writing, honestly, but understandable, They weren't ready for the power. Puppies and love is synonymous. It's like I guess at best I would say it is a guilty pleasure movie for that one scene. Parks and Rec? I forget what the show, Community, I don't know. The one where the lady's holding the puppy. It's like, I've had this puppy for 5 minutes, and if anything happens to it, I will I forget the quote. But it's that scene. It's that scene turned into an entire movie. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's the one. I'm so sorry. I cannot remember names of TV shows today. It's that scene. That one little scene turned into an entire movie. Or series of movies, I guess, at this point. He knew he wouldn't be able to be with her if he continued his current occupation. Man. If only it were that easy, though, to just switch. Flip the switch, though. I don't know if I consider him a hero, though. He has his own morals and continues to have them challenged. Yeah. I think it's good. The more we progress in media and stories, the more complex things are coming out. Like cartoons back in the day used to be just, we're the good guys because we're the protagonists. And they're the bad guys. Why? Because they're bad. And let's go beat them up. Why? Because that's what we do. That's what the protagonists do against the antagonists. But now we're seeing a lot more complicated stuff, and I'm really enjoying it. Son, welcome back to the collective. Welcome back. Okoiri. Golden Koi badge. Let's go. It's sad how media gets challenged for being too real. I think there's a lot of factors that go into it, unfortunately. I can understand why. A lot of people will enter, the majority of people, they'll see movies and be like, I want this. This is fun because I get to turn my brain off and see something really cool happen on screen. And see some actions, explosions, this and that, really cool choreography, and that's it. And then when you try to force in too much of the realism of people with multiple facets or gray morality codes and all that, people think to themselves I don't want this. I don't want to think about things. I want to turn my brain off. And unfortunately, it ends up with a lot of people, the message either being missed or people feeling like the message is being too hard. What was the word? Hammered into the story too much. Gritty realism trend isn't my favorite. I think when did the gritty realism stuff happen? Especially in superhero movies. I will agree. Gritty realism, like super dark horror movies, or not horror, super dark like superhero movies. Nah. They went too far into that one. What makes a person a hero, though? Is it because they achieved something the public desired? I think it's, I don't know. I don't think hero has like a objective definition. Most of the time when people ask for realism, they don't want true to life, they want easy to suspend disbelief about the bits that aren't true to life. Yeah. Like, wait, I'm trying to think. What stuff happens in shows that we don't need to worry about? Like bills, rent, utility? I think that's a couple of things. Your stove catching on fire and being unable to cook food for a day. Excuse me. Inconsistent in hero mortality. Or morality. Our heroes murder everyone in sight one day, they say the villains the next. Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that too. But there's certain media out there which I kind of figure is like you just kind of accept it because that's how it's always done. Like how Batman goes around breaking everyone's bones and dislocating joints, but then is, you know, cradling the Joker with white gloves, be like, "Oh, you poor thing, let me make sure you get the best care. Make sure that you get, you know, sent back to Arkham in one piece." It's like, bruh, you just like dislocated 7 of his henchmen's like shoulders. We don't even know if they get healthcare as henchmen of the Joker, but you know, right? Or I don't know, like. I like using explosives that like cause concussions to people. I don't know. That's way too much. They're in love, Your Honor. Henchman healthcare. Bodhi Bay. Thank you for the super chat. Hey people, do you know about Warhammer 40k and their grim dark writing style? I do not. I actually don't know anything about Warhammer 40k. I've only seen it as y'all are gonna judge me if I say this. I only know of Warhammer 40k in my mind as World of Warcraft with guns because I saw so much promotional art with those massive armor and shoulder pauldrons, and that's all I saw, but with like in space and with guns. That's all I saw. So like that's what I have Warhammer 40k checked away in my brain as. I don't know anything about it, never seen any of the material. So yeah. There's nothing, there is, I didn't have time. When I was younger and growing up, I picked one thing and I enjoyed that one thing, and for me, it was StarCraft for like, how many years? 7 years? Yeah. There's a lot of lore. I hear there's a lot of lore. I hear there's a lot of lore for a lot of games, actually, that I just don't understand or have time to go through, unfortunately. WoW, but it's WoW. You would love the orcs. Wait, is that the one where there's like a race of orcs that have collectively gaslit their entire civilization into thinking a color is better or like more powerful, and because their society collectively is gaslit, the color actually ends up becoming more powerful due to collective what's the word? Sugar pill. Well, what's the word? I can't forget. Placebo effect. There we go. Placebo effect. It's a cultural placebo effect that actually ends up working. There we go. So Larry, thank you so much for the super chat. Jimmy's views are supported by 90% of the giant pauldron party. Yeah, it's placebo. It's not placebo. It's actually true. The power of gaslighting an entire culture. I like it. I like it. Wag. DACA. What's DACA? Thank you for the super chat, Lord TCs. Orcs are actually just psychologically powerful, or psychically powerful, that when enough of them are in one place believing the same thing, reality bends to make it so. That's pretty cool. I want to know the biomechanical processes that lend itself to that. Like, is there a threshold? I wonder, wait, if this civilization, are we Warhammering in here? I'm like figuring things out. I don't know anything about Warhammer, so I'm learning lore. So wait, if this civilization has been around long enough, do they have like squads? And okay, this is what I'm thinking. We need like 40 people to build a barn, right? But if you have, say, 100 orcs and they all get together and they think this barn is finished, and reality bends itself to make that true, are there certain thresholds for like the number of orcs where if you took an orc away, it just is not enough gaslight power that reality doesn't bend it? But if you added an orc to it, who also is gaslit, the collective gaslighting makes reality work that way. Adrian, thank you so much for the super chat. On the subject of 40k orcs, have you heard the story of I'm a Tank? No. I don't know anything about Warhammer 40k. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it, but thank you for the super chat. I may have to look into that. Orcs can think anything into existence, but they're too stupid to do stuff with it efficiently, I think. How do you... How would you break into their hierarchy? Because if you have a very good propaganda campaign, I'm pretty sure you could gaslight enough orcs into things like Taco Tuesdays. Because then every Tuesday would become Taco Tuesday from the collective gaslighting. You know? Alistair Jones, thank you for the super chat. Have you heard the game called Helix? I have not. Well, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Love to see if you could see if you of all people can make sense of the story without looking anything up. I'll put that on the list. Thank you for the super chat. Stephanie, thank you for joining the collective. Welcome, welcome. I see this, the silver koi badge. You need to be strong and love fighting as much as they do. I wonder if people have tried. Shendu, thank you for the super chat. By the way, the other day I was having a bit of anxiety attack, and your comfy stream background and soothing voice helped me calm. Thanks a lot, man. Of course. Glad to hear it. I hope you're feeling better now, Shendu. Thank you so much for the super chat. Aren't orcs fungus in Warhammer? I don't understand that sentence, Bettel. I understand each individual word in that question, but strung together in that order, I do not understand what you are asking. Aren't orcs fungus? What? Fungus? I thought they reproduce through spores. They reproduce like fungi? What? Wait, where do they get the nutrients? Like, they get attached to you like fungus? They're not fungus? Wait, they are fungus? Are they like clickers? Or soil IDK? So what? Where does it come from? Because I feel like they don't have the proper spore dispersal mechanisms. You know? Okay. Chad, do you guys know what cordyceps are? Cordyceps. There is a species of cordyceps which grows inside the body of ants, and it infects their brain. Makes the ants climb up super high where they rupture from the bodies of the ants, and then they disperse the spores of the cordyceps onto more. But because the cordyceps spores aren't propelled, they're actually just dropped. So what ends up happening is it forces the ant to climb up higher so that the winds can carry and disperse the spores more. From what I've seen of the pictures, I think the orcs are pretty low to the ground. So even if they, say, like exploded into a cloud of spores, you're only going to disperse that spore cloud maybe like 2 meters at most. I don't know if that's an efficient spore dispersal mechanism. Like, how do they have, I like biologically. Okay, so if they had a pressure chamber inside their chest, which exploded and sent their heads flying into the air, where from the head the spores would be released, that would make sense. Because we actually do have flowers that explode and fire their seeds all over the place like that, you know? People start thinking about this super chat. Orc culture is ingrained into them to the point where things like chaos, corruption can't turn them. Also, orcs are a fungoid genus, an invasive ecosystem. Ooh. Orcs have an entire fungal ecosystem, probably some sort of orcoid creature that does most of the spore disposal. Oh, so they have workers that does the dispersal? I wonder, can you make chocolate flavored orcs by inoculating chocolate with the spores? Could you do that? If you grow them only using a certain type of medium, you know? Like you can grow plants in, say, for example, dirt, just general soil, right? But you can also grow plants in things like coconuts. Or not coconuts, coconut, I forget what they're called. The fibers of the coconuts, you peel them off and you grind them up into like a dirt-like substance, substrate, and then you can put those little white percolite? The little white things like soak up the water. Keisha, thank you for the super chat. Never beat the random allegations, Shinri. I'm just curious. Because, okay, if you feed... Wait, I actually don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is true or not. I've heard... This might be completely made up. I've heard if you feed cows onions and garlic, that their milk becomes slightly spicy. If you feed enough of them, it becomes like that. So is the same true for fungus-like orcs? Adrian, thank you for the super chat. Regarding the earlier super, basically a squad of orcs believes themselves to be a tank, complete with cannon armor, causing bullets to bounce off of them. Man, I want to be able to visualize like that. Sweet Romanxy, Okoidi, thank you for the 2 months. Please don't take the chocolate. And let's play Cordyceps is Scary. Horror game that's a Prions. We next level shivers. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, it's not spicy, but there are hints of it in the milk. Sour milk, not onion flavor. No. You're not actually feeding garlic and onions to the cows. You're feeding the green parts. The blades, leaves of onions. Something like that. Why do you want to have chocolate flavored orcs though? Why not? Imagine what you could do with an entire squadron of orcs grown in chocolate. What would you do? Actually, I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do to begin with, besides just exist, so I don't know. You have to actually feed the orcs chocolate using that logic. There we go. We just feed them. They could only fight in cold climates. You could just mix and match different substrates to grow them in, and then you can adapt them to different climates, different planets, space. Emra, thank you for the super chat. So now for a few minutes and we're talking about growing chocolate orcs. Never change. I love your brain. Thank you for the super chat. This reminds me, when I was watching Lord of the Rings, the Two Tower one, the second movie, there was that one scene where they're growing orcs in amniotic sacs in the ground or something. I don't know. The scene was very dark, but I vaguely distinctly remember orcs being grown Urukai, I think, are the specific name of that particular race of orcs. They were being grown in the ground and had that weird rubbery egg thing. Egg film? Yeah, that one. What substrate are they being grown in? From the earth, right? But where's the egg being formed from? How are they making those eggs? They're grown in the dirt. But why the eggs? Why the weird film thing? I don't know. It's like, it looks like rubber. I guess not rubber, more like latex. The eggs, it's like a mud egg sac, right? Orcs mixed with humans, but what are you mixing? When a mom and dad love each other very much, I don't think they have parents in that biological sense. Those are less eggs and more cloning pods. Oh, cloning pods. They have cloning technology? And they only require water and dirt? They're plants. They're just plants. They're just very beefy plants. They're artificial beings made by Sauron's dark magic. Okay, so whenever I hear things like that, like dark magic, I want to know, like, let us go ahead and take that magic and then stretch it out on a timeline, and we'll go frame by frame. I want to know where the transition happens from dirt into egg sac, and then from egg sac into yolk, I'm guessing, because that's what's inside eggs, yolk. So there at some point is Urukai yolk that you would be able to harvest and pull out of the earth early enough if you don't let them, not ferment, gestate. If you don't let the Urukai gestate, there will be unfertilized Urukai yolk in those ground mud eggs. And some places may call that a delicacy, right? Why doesn't Sauron just do that? Why? Because think about, you have all that power, all that magic. Why not just start a farming farming orchard? They're plants, so nursery, egg nurse. What would you even call those? Yeah, so you would have a farm dedicated. You would have just rows of crops, and the crops are just Urukai chocolate balut. Exactly, right? You would see Saruman just walking down the rows, tapping each of the little plots with his staff and planting in, using his magic, an egg sac which evolves into Urukai yolk, and then you would harvest the egg yolk out of there. Churches and respects, thank you for the 2 months. He could have been a businessman, right? And you can preserve eggs in many ways, like pickled or salted, deep fried. If you wanted to, you can make Scotch Urukai eggs with the egg yolk of Urukai, with bread, and all you would need is some butter. I'm sure they had cows back then, right? It's like, exactly. Bianca, thank you for upping the membership. I have no idea what's going on this Zatsu. Century egg. Exactly, right? So you would take a few of the Urukai eggs. When the yolk is finished developing, you would take it out, and you would preserve it. You'd wait a couple of months. Urukai eggs Benedict. Exactly. There's so much. He could have been this, like, one of the most powerful culinary powerhouses in all of Middle Earth. But instead, no. Instead, he got greedy, right? Should be pitching the wildest Lord of the Rings farming right now. I'm just thinking, if you get down to the biology of it. Wait. Okay, chat, did you guys know shark eggs are like little pouches? And, well, not every single shark lays eggs, but they have little pouches, right? And some people eat those, and it's wild. So I'm thinking to myself, like, there's got to be different species out there of orc eggs, right? They look cool, yeah. And if that's true, because all you would need is magic, and we don't know how much magic Saruman has, but it's enough to raise an army. Which means, wait, is he doing it manually? Like, is he going out and individually planting? Because then there comes a problem of what happens if the egg matures and gestates way too soon, you know? Like, okay, I'm going to imagine, okay, I'm going to take, like, imagine I am Saruman and I'm walking down a field of dirt and I'm like tapping into the ground at every regular intervals to plant in a magical urukai egg, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So like let's be generous and say 1 per second, right? He can plant 1 egg per second. At about 600 eggs, that's 10 minutes, right? 3,600 eggs is an hour. Let's say Saruman works a full working shift of 8. Hang on. How many? 60. Okay, 60 times 60. 3,600 times 8. But we also need to make sure that he's got at least a 10-minute lunch break, which is minus 600. Okay, so every single day, Saruman can plant 28,200 eggs. Each day, alright? How long does it take to gestate an orc? How long do urukai take to grow? Yeah, he needs at least a lunch break. That's the thing. But no, like that can't be the case, because if you're walking 8 hours a day minus a 10-minute lunch break and planting these, you would have like massive leg muscles. He was very skinny. I don't think he was able, like, it looked like he skipped leg day, right? What about working lunch? What if, no, wait, he could easily just be riding in a carriage and then they're carrying the carriage over, and all he's doing is like leaning over the side of the cart and just tapping the dirt at every regular interval. So it's not him walking, it's him just, does he have to do it manually? Can he do it at range? If he's doing it at range, there has to be a way to properly disperse the eggs into the ground, because you don't want to. So the problem with like, okay, chat, have you ever tried to grow a lawn? It's not as easy as you think it is. You have to like break out the lawn, like you break apart the dirt, and then to even it out, and then you sprinkle in the seeds, but you want to use one of those proper seed dispersal methods, because you don't want to grab them by your fistful and then throw them, because then you end up laying grass seeds in this weird arc pattern. So you want to be able to use those more evenly distributing, like the thing that we used is this little bucket that has like a spinny thing on the bottom of it, and as you walked, it spun around in a circle and then like sprayed seeds evenly throughout the thing. So it would have to be like that, but Saruman would have to properly disperse the eggs of the urukai into the ground. Like, you can't just throw them in there, because what if they clump up, you know? It's a pain when the rain washes it all away. Exactly. And if your lawn isn't level, then the seeds end up clustering at lower points, and then they start competing there, and then they don't grow as well because there's too much seeds, you know? And then my brain just went back to the egg balut, urukai balut thing again. I don't know why. I'm sure egg sacs. But orcs in Warcraft had mom and dad. Are those more like mammal type birthing? I don't know. I don't think Sauron is doing it. So But is it done like, okay, so if Saruman's not doing it, then is it manual? Like, how big are the eggs? Where do you get the eggs? Please stop cooking. We won't stop cooking until we have all these omelets. Gonna make the mother of all omelets using mud, dirt, egg sac, urukai eggs. Gonna make a huge omelet, and it's gonna be weird. Wait, why didn't they just do that? Like, you can just put salt in the ground, and then wait, no, does salt affect eggs? I feel like these questions would be hilarious to send Vesper, considering he rereads the series every year. I think we would have to like warn him with the tags mind break when we give him these questions. Chocolate flavored orcs, right? No, because they take on the nutrients of the substrate that they are grown in, right? Chat, I don't know why, but thinking about plants and eggs, did you guys know that the majority of the carbon that is found inside a plant, like a tree, comes from the air? I thought that was really cool. Valen, thank you for the super chat. Someone dropped some lore to distract him. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop talking about eating orc eggs. Do orcs even... Where do they start from? I want to know. Branch Simulator, Brooke Shinri. I really had a lot of fun with Branch Simulator. I want to know how you play that game, though. It didn't make sense because we spent so much time growing strawberries, and a single strawberry took about two game days worth to grow, and it only gave us like $14. And then we had to buy new strawberry seeds. So the question was like, why is it so slow? How many do we need to buy? And are strawberries even worth it? You know? I'm hungry now. You were absolutely sauce when you played. I don't remember the second half of it. I remember the first half when Bettel got a gun and we were trying to figure out how to get a gun too. I remember that much. And then something about a car flying up in the air. And then what was I doing? I think I was running around holding cement for some reason. That's basically about it. I don't remember much more than that. Yeah. Spicy coffee. Lots of spicy coffee. That was way too much coffee. Bettel having a gun. That explains a lot because you said things. I don't remember. I haven't looked at the clips yet. Are there clips yet? I'll have to check out the clips. You were watering the plants in the rain? That's the thing. Okay. Chat. My small, tiny brain, when it comes to games, if it rains and crops don't get watered, I get mad. Because I come from Harvest Moon, for the Game Boy Color. I don't think it had a tagline. I think it was just Harvest Moon for the Game Boy Color, where even then, if it rained, all your crops got watered. But this game here in Ranch Simulator, the crops did not get watered. I stood there and I remember looking at the bar and it did not fill up, so I had to go water them. But that's a big thing that I didn't like. You get holding chickens, kept talking about how hard it is to hold. The inventory system was just one item, wasn't it? Yeah, you only hold one thing. It was like one chicken. Harvest Moon is such a good game. It is. I can't wait for another. Wait, hold on. I remember now what I did last night. I found a game called Homestead Arcana? Homestead Arcane? Homestead Arcana, I think. The only reason why it stood out was because I saw the splash art and I was like, hey, the cat is adorable. And I wanted to play that. Laurie Tucys, hello, thank you for the super chat again. You need to get up to our level with humor with the Koipadians. You failed so hard on the chickens. Did I? I remember we had difficulty raising the chickens and getting them to lay eggs. But yeah. Wait, no, I did see a clip. It was Hakka speaking to his people. That's the only clip I saw. But yeah. Okay, wait, hold up. What was he saying again? Homestead Arcana. The one, okay, that one. I only saw that because I saw the splash art and I was like, oh, cute. And I wanted to play it. But I do want to play a farming game. And I don't know if I want to commit to one or two. Stardew Valley? Maybe? I don't know. But then we also have like Minecraft, which is kind of there already. I want to have a game where I can just go back to it. But the problem is I want to have a game where I go back to it that's multiplayer, because it feels better in my mind to expend effort doing things in the multiplayer game so I can show them off later than to do everything in a single player game, you know? I don't know, like, I guess, like, if I put a lot of work into, say, Slime Rancher, that would be it. It would, like, everything I would do would be contained within Slime Rancher. And I would go to my friends and be like, hey, check out this ranch. And then it would just be that, right? I'd just walk them through the ranch. That would be it. There'd be no way for them to, like, participate in the thing. Which is why I think Minecraft is so much fun, because you can work on a lot of things and work on a lot of projects, and then everyone can participate in that. Stardew Valley is multiplayer? Maybe. I'll have to think about it. You don't remember talking about male chickens? I think we only bought one male chicken? No, one rooster, one chicken. Maybe that's why. Maybe we needed more. Treasure Specs, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Maybe we needed more. Up to 4 players. It's already difficult trying to get everyone to play like Minecraft. I'm not sure how well it'll be to get the boys to play Stardew Valley. I don't know how many players you want to play with. That's the thing, right? Don't worry, you'll see that clip. Okay, cool. I'll keep my eyes out for it. But Hakka would be down. Stardew Valley's fun. Harvest Moon, but multiplayer where you each get to riz a girl. What if I want to be a girl that gets rizzed? Wait. There was a very, very early Harvest Moon game where you get to pick as a boy, you get to play as a boy or a girl. And I remember one of my friends telling me about this. They picked the girl as the character, and they were telling me about, because we were talking about Harvest Moon, like just old games in general, and I was talking about like how Harvest Moon was really cool, and you could see the different plants and crops coming back and forth in cycles each year. And they told me the story about how they had picked the girl, and the story ends after the first year because you get married. And then the game just ends there. Like, there's no more, you don't get to go back to the farm for a second year. You just end. It stops. Credits roll, and that's the end of the game. I heard about this. If you play as the girl and the game ends when you get married, exactly, right? And if you play as the guy, you just keep playing throughout the years. Why? Life ends with marriage. I think that was like an intended mechanic of the game, of one of the Harvest Moon games, I think. Was it like a long time ago? Didn't they remake it? I think the future ones, they got rid of that mechanic, but yeah. That's certainly a decision, right? Yeah. Friends of Mineral Town, was that the one? I forget which Harvest Moon game it was that they told me did that. But cartridge limitations, I'm not sure there were that many limitations. The sprites were the same size, and I wasn't on a journey until I took an arrow to the knee. A very early version of Friends in Middletown. Yeah, I'm glad that's not a thing anymore though. I'm married now, I can't tend the field. There was a remake as more Friends of Mineral Town. Oh, I see. Friends of Mineral Town is the one where you play as a girl. I remember there was one, I forget, the one about the GameCube? Tori, thank you so much for the super chat. I actually did a research project in college about story-based RPGs and the differences in the game based purely on the gender of the MC. Very fun. Ooh, I hope it was very enlightening. Hope you got to learn a lot of cool things about that. They made a new version that you can play as a girl after marriage. There's one Harvest Moon game that I played, and I had like a big crush on the redhead with the short hair. I forget where. What was it? She liked fossils. It's the only thing I remember. I think it was on the GameCube. But yeah, that's the only thing I like vaguely remember, because I just remember like, I don't know, I didn't enjoy the gameplay of the thing as much as I enjoyed like hanging out with people and dating people in Harvest Moon. I liked the farming mechanics of the Game Boy version. The top-down view made it a lot easier to farm and plan out your crops and everything. I like that a lot more than like the 3D third-person over-the-shoulder view. It was weird. I didn't like it. Was it Nami? Namo? Nami? All I remember is she had red hair. It was like really short. Sun the Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. When you play Smash Simulator again with the gang, would you still do the farmer accent? It was so fun hearing you and Bettel roleplay as the farmer. I remember Bettel doing a Bill Clinton impression. It was great. The whole time we just had... Thank you for the super chat, Sun the Bear. Yeah, I actually do want to get back into it and try it, like, not as a Bill Clinton. I want to give it a shot. Okay, so we didn't really plan anything out when we were doing the collab. This is okay. So whenever the boys like invite me to a collab, one thing that I'll keep my eyes out for is what kind of a thing, what kind of a collab is this? Are we trying to make progress in the game, or are we just having fun with it? What kind of a collab game is this? So for example, like Pummel Party, we're just having fun. Like no one's trying to win. Like, yeah, there is a Batsu, but it's all in good fun kind of stuff. Or and in our Left 4 Dead collab, like we're trying to win because there is a proper, like, we don't want to just mess around in Left 4 Dead 2. We want to actually try, because it's not as fun if we just kind of mess around and lose immediately. So I try to figure out what kind of a collab it is, and I didn't know what kind of a collab ranch simulator was going to be. So I just kind of defaulted to we're just having fun. But I do want to give it a shot again and actually try make a successful ranch. I don't know how to make money in that game though. You're very close to burning down a forest in Minecraft. That too. I do want to go back there and burn a forest. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think it'll be a different experience, because if we go there and try to play it seriously, we will be like trying to actually make progress in the game. But yeah, the ranch was Wolf Quest levels of cursed. I think for me personally, I would much more rather play Ranch Simulator over Wolf Quest. That's just me personally. I feel like there was a lot more to do there was more like agency in the game in Ranch Simulator than there was in Wolf Quest. I didn't like the combat of Wolf Quest because you still took damage no matter what you did. And it was just, you bite onto the deer or moose or fox or whatever, and then you just take turns exchanging blows like old school RuneScape, where you just sit there and just whack away at each other. And I didn't really like that. You know, there wasn't a way to like outplay the bad guys or the mobs and all that. Significantly less yelling about pissing. I think that's only because we hadn't established an outhouse, but I feel like once we did, it would have gotten much worse. A lot less pissing. Kakeku? Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Have you heard of Potion Permit? It's kind of like farming where you have ingredients for potions, and there's a cute short story. Also, art is cute. I have heard of it. I've seen it. I think I own it actually. I just have not been able to schedule it. There's so many games I want to play. Not enough time, chat. Is it just me, chat, or do games come out in like chunks? You know? I don't know when, but I noticed recently there was a lot of potion-based games coming out. There was Potion Permit, there's Potion Craft, Strange Horticulture, which came out a little bit earlier that had like potion making in it, and then there was Potionnomics. And I'm like, wait, why are there so many potion-based games coming out in such a short period of time? I've been playing Potioneer. There's just so many. They come in chunks. I feel that zombie games was when I really noticed it. Open world survival crafting zombie horror games. That was when every single game was coming out with that. And I chalked it up to, its hype. There's Minecraft and there's zombies, and like people want to combine those two together, so it makes sense. And then every now and then, a bunch of games will come out and they all have the exact same kind of theme. I remember back in 2006? I think it was 2006. No, 2016. Sorry. No. 2014. Yeah, I think it was 2014, where a bunch of games came out that were like Final Fantasy Tactics style card-based battlers, where you had to build a deck and you fought on a isometric map. And depending on the deck, you would get different like movement options and different abilities that would hit different things. Those are like 4 or 5 games that all came out with the exact same style of gameplay. They just different graphics. And I was taken aback because I thought like there's got to be some kind of a challenge in the game dev world where we're all like, okay, we're gonna make these games and made the best game survive, and then none of them ended up surviving, unfortunately. I remember that, right? Yeah. We build games together by the programmers motivated by other programmers. That's fair. I can see that. It's a conspiracy. You'll have nothing to see in the theater. So like tons of interesting movies, right? Mm-hmm. Thinking about now, even the Atelier series hit the mainstream around this point. Yeah. Young dystopian adult series that all came out the Hunger Games, because after Hunger Games is popular, there's another proof of that. I know it's really bad to think about this way, but the way that I saw it when I noticed that happening was someone saw the Hunger Games and was like, the writing is terrible. I'm gonna write it better. And it just becomes fan fiction of the Hunger Games. And I know saying it that way does a disservice to all the authors, but it's like, that's what it comes across to me. Which I completely get, because I'll see things and I'll be like, no, that was done poorly. I'll do it better. And then I make my own, Hakka, hello. Konnichiwa, Hakiros. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good stream. Like the zombie games are popular, right? Yeah, it was the zombie games hype. Everyone had zombies. Hello, Hakka. Welcome. Hope you had a good stream. We were talking about... Wait, Hakka, question. Have you seen Lord of the Rings? And you know how urukai in Lord of the Rings are grown from eggs, right? If you were able to stop the gestation of an urukai egg early, would you be down to eating an urukai egg yolk omelet? I think it'd be tasty, because it would be like a big chunky egg. Maybe look at. I want to make an omelet with like an ostrich egg. Attack. Hey Hakka, good to see you. Welcome. Shake 'em, right? Protein. Imagine the protein, right? Imagine the protein. I'm giving my shiniest scales to the Hakitos. Aww. Love to see that. Love to see it. Hello, Hakka. Okay, I will put you as a undecided on the urukai egg yolk omelet. I dream of eating an ostrich egg someday. I do too. I want to eat an ostrich. I want to eat an ostrich egg, but I want to eat it in a way. Okay, so Chad, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to grab an ostrich egg and I want to drill a hole at the top of it, dump in a whole bunch of seasoning, and then stick in a blender and then blend it into like an egg, right? And then I'll boil the entire egg in like a pot of water or something, or just cook it over fire. So you have like an omelet inside the egg. Shell and all, exactly, yeah. Because when it's done cooking, then you can like take the shell off and inside you have this big bowl of this amazing omelet already made inside the egg, right? And yeah, Hakka, I totally want to grab a drumstick. I saw pictures of ostrich, emu drumsticks, and they're massive. I know there are state fairs and let him cook, question mark? You're really thank you for the super chat. Thank you. But I've seen pictures of fairs, like county fairs, where they serve turkey legs, turkey drumsticks, and they are massive. Absolutely massive. They're huge. You grab them, they look comical like the you know when they show like pieces of meat and ham in cartoons, they're massive. They look straight out of like medieval artwork. I want that, but I also want to try that, but ostrich sized. I want to try one. They look really good. Like the Flintstones, exactly. Come down to the Houston rodeo. Turkey legs are everywhere. Oh my goodness, I want to. They inject turkeys with salt water to make them that big. Okay, maybe not injected with salt water, but at least ostriches are big enough, right? In medieval times, I have a giant turkey legs. They're so good. I want to go to like a Renaissance fair and try, because I've seen turkey legs served in Renaissance fairs. They're just absolutely massive. Oh my gosh, I want to. They look very tasty. Or to believe those turkey legs actually came from a turkey, right? Just the idea of seeing a turkey that big. I've hugged a turkey before. They're pretty chunky, but the ones I've hugged aren't that big. Like I can still like bring my arms around one and then just hold it in my arms. But the ones that they serve for food are massive. Lucy, thank you so much for re-upping the membership. Okoidi, big ostrich drumstick. Yeah. You would have to get like a smoker or a grill. No, I don't think you'd be able to use a grill for a drumstick that large, right? You'd have to smoke it, right? You scooped a turkey. Yes, a wild turkey. There was a turkey by the parking lot of this place once. And I went over to it and just picked one up. They don't really move that fast, and they didn't do much. I don't know. A wild turkey? I think it was wild. Like wild to the area. Okay, so the weird thing is like these turkeys weren't scared. Like I'm pretty sure they were wild turkey, but at the same time, they were around people enough that they were kind of desensitized to it. So you could go up to the turkeys and then just like pat it and they wouldn't really mind. It wouldn't do anything. It would just stand there, you know? Kitone, thank you so much for giving the membership. Golden Koi. There used to be wild turkeys in the field across the street from our apartment complex. Oh, they're big. I like them. They look like, well, turkeys, I suppose. I'm not sure how else to describe a turkey besides turkey-like. Because turkeys are pretty distinct compared to other birds. Yes, that turkey that looks like a turkey. There we go, there's turkey emotes. They have wings and feet, right? We actually have to watch out for wild turkeys crossing the road here. Yeah, some of the wild turkeys get really big. Get really big chunky. What did it feel like to hug? Plush? there was more air when I went to go hug the turkey than I was expecting. Like when you squeeze the turkey, like not too hard, but just like kind of like you pat it, the feathers like compress. They squeeze down a bit more because there's a whole bunch of air. Fluffy, yeah, they're a lot more fluffy than you would think they are. How would you describe that? Like they're poofy, but it's because their feathers are sticking out. No, not sticking out. How would I describe it? Okay, you know how like Pomeranian puppies are like super puffy and they look like they'd be big, but if you go pet them, your hand like sinks into the fur because their actual bodies are kind of small. It's just like their fur that makes them look puffy. It was like that. When I went to go pet the turkey, it was like my hand would sink into their body because the feathers would kind of like fold and bend and give way, and where the turkey meat began was a lot further inwards into the body of the turkey than I expected. Like grabbing a pillow, yeah, that'd be a good way. There's like a little bit of give in there. They deflate, yeah, there's a good one. Pom-pom doggos are like 60% fur, exactly. Their actual bodies are much more like contained on the center of the body. They make themselves look bigger for safety. Yeah, oh, they're really cute though. All of them. That'd be the best way I would be able to describe a turkey. Reminds me of those pictures of owls before and after being sprayed with water. Right? It's when they have, when all their feathers are dry and they puff up a bit, they have more of a bird shape. But then when you wet them and they kind of compress and they look more like a wrung out sponge than anything. Turkeys also make themselves look bigger for safety. I think turkeys are great. Are the turkeys nice and not fast? No, they didn't do anything. They just kind of sat there. I think they were more used to... Okay, I'm fairly certain it's because it was nearby a school that children from the school would come over and feed the turkeys because it was always like a herd? I don't know what you call it. What's a group of turkeys called? A group of turkeys that were just kind of like out there in the wilderness, and then kids would always feed them. And I'm pretty sure that's why the turkeys weren't scared of people coming close. A flock of turkeys? I guess that's probably a gaggle. A gaggle with geese, right? A flock or rafter. Flock, gaggle, birds. Yeah, the turkeys didn't think we were a threat. I'm pretty sure it thought that we were going to go up to it and feed it. A group of turkeys. Yeah, a multiple number of turkeys. But yeah, they were kind of cute. There is something about animals in the wild where they're not afraid of you, but they don't really have any thoughts in their mind that I think is really cute. Because when you get up close to a turkey, you can kind of see it looking. And when you look at its eyes, you realize that they are absolutely head empty. They're just there, like... They don't have, like, not a single thought between those eyes. And I think it's really cute. They're just vibing. That's all they're doing. A group of turkeys is called a rafter. Oh, a rafter of turkeys. No thoughts, just turkey. Yeah. I think it's great because they just sit there and then they just zone out. They're really semi-domesticated. They don't try to run or attack you. I think they were just really familiar with humans because people kept feeding them. The hamsters left their wheel a long ago. To be a turkey, no thoughts. I think it's great. I think another animal that I really love to see are frogs. I don't know why. Well, I know frogs are cute. Like, frogs are super cute. But have you seen frogs just being a frog? They're like, no thoughts go in their mind. They just sit there and they just breathe. You can see their chin or their lungs like inflating and deflating rapidly. And that's it. There's nothing happening behind their eyes. They're super cute. I love frogs. They're adorable. My favorite type of frog right now are glass frogs. Because I saw a video of a frog, of someone raising glass frogs, and it looked like little gummy drops on a leaf. They're so cute. Oh my god. There's this one Japanese channel. Sorry, I'm slinging my eye right now real quick. Sorry. There's one Japanese channel of this caretaker who raises a lot of amphibians. And there's one video of this glass frog that's sleeping, and it's the cutest thing ever. It just sits there flat against the leaf, and it has like massive eyes. It's so adorable. I love it. And like, if I could just... Oh, my heart. Can people really can't do the no thoughts thing? For me, I can just sit there and vibe. It's difficult for me to like get in the zone, but like there are times when I have been able to do that, where I'll just sit there and then just enter into the no thoughts zone. And I think my therapist once called it disassociating. I think that's what it is. You just sit there and then you just disassociate for a little while, and you just go no thoughts, head empty, and then that's it. You know, no processing happens over there. But no, that's what I see. Frogs just... I love frogs. They're so cute. They just sit there. My favorite thing about frogs is when I see videos of like frogs trying to be fed, and their owner holds up to them like a little bit of food, and they're just going to be, hey frog, here, eat this frog. It's your lunchtime. You have to eat this, and you have to take care of yourself. But they won't. They'll just sit there and then just continue vibing. They're like, no, I will not eat this. You cannot make me do this, because I'm not even thinking about that. Thingy family. Hello, thank you so much. I apologize for butchering the name. Welcome to the or welcome back to the Collective. I see the silver badge. Welcome back. Raylan, thank you for re-upping the membership. Bokoidi, Shinri, and all the kois. This is an invitation to the grand opening of my roleplay cafe behind the pond. Let me know if you have any dish or drink suggestions for the moe moe koi menu. Thank you for re-upping the membership, Raylan. Thank you. And just in respects, thank you for the wait. Oh no, did this stream crash? Trochus in respects, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on desert rain frogs, tiny scream orbs. We are back. Hello, chat. Are we back? I don't know if we're back or not. I see. What was that? Are we back? Ooh, okay. Good to know they're back. Hello, everybody. Apologies. I think we just had like a little bit of a hiccup there with the internet. The tiny screams are so cute. Yeah, the desert rain frogs. I've seen videos of those. I'm not sure. I like. Okay, here's the thing. I know they're screaming because they're angry, and it's like a battle cry to them. I know that's what they're doing. So it suggests that they are a little bit stressed out, that something is threatening them, and you know, being like imposing on them, and they're like, oh, back away from me, get away. But out of context, they're just really cute. They're just so cute. I know they're being angry and screaming because they want to chase off predators and make themselves look threatening because they're stressed out a bit. I understand that. But at the same time, just out of context, it's so adorable. I can't help it. They're really, really cute. Like, I know why. But at the same time, it's like one of those things where you're like, oh, you're so cute when you're mad. And you're like, you know you shouldn't say that. You know you're never supposed to say that. But for this little rain frog, it's like, oh, my heart, my kokoro. I don't think the dog, or it's not, I saw the squeaky toy and I thought dog. I'm not sure the frog will understand, so I think it'll be okay to say that to the frog. Super cute, right? Like little squeaky toys. Wings of Hope. Thank you so much for the super chat. You just show the cutest frog, the Koki. Koki? I want to go Google that up. I don't know what that frog is. Let me go. Frog. On. I was gonna say, wow, this looks like a frog. Like when I go and think about it, like in my mind, when I visualize a frog, this Koki frog, this Koki frog is like the most frog of frogs. It looks like, yeah, it sure does look like a frog. Like if anyone's like, hey, draw me a frog, I would probably default to drawing this kind of a frog. It is adorable. Oh my god, wait, no, they're small as a fingernail? This one fits on your finger, the index finger, like the first digit of your index finger. Oh, it's so cute. No way, they're so tiny. I just realized there's a bunch of pictures of it sitting next to a dime, an American dime coin. Oh, they're so small. Oh my god. But no, that is definitely a frog. Very cute. Thank you for sharing. Sounds even better. I'll have to listen to the sound off stream because I don't know if I can play this. Dude, frogs are really head empty. They are stomachs with eyes and they try to eat everything. They say that it's good for the world that they are huge, not huge, because they will try to swallow everything and all. Honestly, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I'd be 100% down. Enjoying, I don't know, what is it? Welcoming our new frog overlords. The froggiest frog to ever frog. Oh, yeah. They're very cute though, very cute. Oh, I just realized, I was gonna talk about my trip to Japan. I guess I can just pick out like a couple of things. I can't show photos, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it did not occur to me to get them checked by Mana-chan first. So no photos. Got sidetracked on frogs and urukai eggs and other things. Google photo time. We don't I don't think we have perms for Google Photo or like Google Maps. I think we have perms for GeoGuessr, but I think that's a bit different. But yeah. Alright, chat. I want to go back. I want to go back so bad. I know I've vented about this on Twitter, but one of my good friends, they're going back to Japan, and I want to go back. I really want to go back. Could do a GeoGuessr Japan version better than Bettel? No, I stayed in Tokyo. Like the furthest I went to is westward to Fujikawa Guchiko. That's the furthest place I went to go visit Mount Fuji. But I stayed in Tokyo, the region. I don't actually travel too much out of the place because I really like the public transport. I really like being able to go and just walk around, and that's why I stayed in Tokyo. Oh my gosh, okay, so I still have my Suica card, which is a little card that they use for the public transport for the subways. It has a little penguin on it. It's like a green and black with silver outlinings on it, and has a little penguin. It's really cute. Did you stay for Sakura season? No, I went there for the summers, which I should clarify isn't summer. It's more like typhoon season. It's just rain, monsoon, typhoon, like monsoons and typhoons, and just cloudy overcast every single day. It's incredible, but I love it. And the thing that I miss most about it was when I was working there, every single, okay, not during the weekdays because I didn't have time to do much, but during the weekends, I would love to get lost. Okay, chat. I don't know what kind of, how do you guys travel? Because let me tell you how I travel. I don't actually like going to big touristy spots. The biggest touristy spot that I went to was probably Mount Fuji. The train station, the local train stations were absolutely a mess. Too many tourists. I didn't like it. But what I love to do is I just love to walk around the cities and get lost in every single alleyway. And just find random things. And I just love that. This is one alleyway that I found that had like a cat just vibing on top of a little fence post. And that was all it was doing. Just an otherwise nondescript alleyway between two apartments, or two rows of apartments, I should say. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love game travel. By the way, chat, if you ever go traveling to Japan, make sure you wear something comfy, like hiking boots. Or not even hiking boots, but just like sneakers that are like very comfy and have a lot of cushion, because you will want to walk everywhere. It's so nice because the entire city is built for walking that it's so good. I love it so much. One of my best friends made the mistake of being all, I'm gonna show them this, like, I want to walk there with drip. I want to go put on these like fancy, what were they called again? I forget. They look like business shoes. The ones that are leather, shiny, not very flexible. Those. He wore those. And we got lost walking around a whole bunch, and like hiking for 3.5 hours in those. No, did not work out. Loafers, no, they weren't. They were like straight up like dress shoes, I think. Like the types that you would wear for interviews that you only wear for like 3 hours or like 2 hours, where, you know, 2 or 1.5 of those 2 hours are spent sitting down. It's one of those, you know. But oh my gosh. And I just made fun of him because the first day there, exploring, trying out all the food, and then just developing a whole bunch of blisters. Terrible. Do not do that. But yeah, sneakers, something comfy. Yeah, still let us know. Not those, but they were like very fancy. And honestly, I don't think anyone cared. So, yeah. I would wear fancy boots or high heels, but also bring flat sneakers if my feet start to get hurt. I would just start with the flats. Just be comfy the whole time. I feel like everyone walking around kind of has their own thing going on, but oh gosh, I want to go back. There was a point where every single day I would find a way to get lost. And it's not like scary getting lost. One thing that I find out is that there's a lot of public Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi like net, it overlaps very, very well. So as long as you're within the city, anywhere you go pretty much always has Wi-Fi. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Like public Wi-Fi, they're like broken up into different regions. I think the place that I was in was Akasaka, which I think is like a little bit of a higher, like a more fancier bougie place. But you can go anywhere, and every single place you go would have Wi-Fi. So it was very easy not to get lost because you would always have maps on you. But it was so nice. Every single day you would go and then just find things and see things. I found this one vending machine. I had this urge to go like dig into my archives and like find the photo, but I can't show it right now because I need to get that checked by Vanguard first. I found this one vending machine hidden away deep inside an alley of an alley. And it was brown, it looked broken down, the paint was peeling off, it looked like it hadn't been replaced since, I don't know, 1980s or something, 1970s. It looked very, very old school. And it didn't even have like the like an LCD display. Like it didn't even have that. It was just, paints and stickers and all that. And oh my gosh, that one had this amazing drink. I tried every single one of those, but it had this one can, and chat. It was one of the cans that they still made old school style, where the lid, or not the lid, like the walls of the can were super thick. It was like a super, super thick can. You try to, it's one of those, like, you can't bend and press. You know how aluminum cans nowadays are, like, very flimsy? And if you drink them all, and then you, like, compress them, they crush very easily. No, it was one of the old school cans that had very thick walls, and you couldn't crush it because of how tough it was. It was one of those. And I remember it was such a good coffee. I would go there every single time because I would try to, like, intentionally find my way to get, like, lost in that direction and find this mysterious old vending machine. And I don't know why, but they kept keeping it stocked up with all these amazing drinks. I want to go back, chat. The vending machine lore. If I had the time, I would probably just, like, camp out there and, like, I don't know, pretend to be a photographer or whatever. But I would camp out there, and then I don't know what I would do, because the plan then involves waiting for someone to go and restock the thing to ask them what it was. But then I realized I can't speak Japanese to those workers, so I don't know where I was going to go with that. But I had the beginnings of a plan. Did you find the vending machine that only sells milk in all the different prefectures? I did not. I did find the vending machine that dispensed panties. They weren't used panties. It was just panties, but it was part of an art exhibit and not like an actual vending machine. And one of the really cool things was they had a little display at the beginning talking about how it was supposed to represent the idea of, like, your personal, like, personhood being broken down into commodities, and how people felt like they wanted to sell, everything about them to try to get money. And, like, down to the point where you would sell, like, very intimate items like underwear because people were so desperate. And the contrast there was the vending machine had, like, colorful lights, it had all these sound effects, and you got close to it, it was like, welcome to the vending machine, and it would, like, light up and everything. And how you were trying to sell off something that was, like, so intimate to you because it's a last and desperate resort, but it's framed in a way that makes it an attraction, like, it's entertainment to other people. And you're like, damn, I never thought about it that way. But it really is just how very personal belongings, because, for, it just, like, in the regular market value, used panties, or, like, they don't have that much value, right? Because they're already used up. But to some people, that's all they have. And that's the only thing they can get rid of, to make money. And unfortunately, there's parts of society where it takes that and then makes a show of it. And it's like, damn, what drives people to end up, resorting to that kind of stuff, all because they are suffering from financial instability. And, like, it was really cool. It was really cool. The art exhibits are absolutely amazing. Consumerism, yeah. Contemporary art, exactly. Mm-hmm. Lots of social commentary in the art pieces there. Church of Shinri specs, thank you for the super chat. Why not camp out? You are the field reporter. Honestly, because I would probably get bored. It's really difficult to explain. Here in Utopia, I think Bettel said Western Elysium. Here in this part of Utopia, it's a lot of things are built for cars and carriages and vehicles, and it's like a spider web, but the only thing interesting are at the endpoints of the spider web. Like, all the transitional portions in the middle don't really matter because you're just driving, you're just commuting. It only matters at the beginning, where you are, like, say, your house, and then you commute and then you end up at like a grocery store or you end up at a mall or something. Nothing in the middle matters because it's just commuting, it's just traffic. Back in Zenokuni, or I should just say it's back in Japan, you can go walk, and every single part of that journey from the start to finish has interesting things to explore. It's not just highways where you can't even walk on it or just freeways, you know, it's because of how it's built, there are just shops all over the place. And if it's not shops, it's parks. If it's not parks, it's, you know, little subway stations that go underground that have even more like department stores in there. It's just amazing. There's so much things you can do. So I don't know, I would get bored. I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna walk down that block over there because there's a whole bunch of shops. I'm gonna see what they do there. I love walkable cities, absolutely. Such a big culture shock, but a good one. I want to go back, Chad. I found this one place that had a vending machine for ramen, and you would go ahead and put in like what you wanted on the ramen thing, and then you would pay after you select all the things. So you could have like extra eggs, or extra eggs or extra meat, extra proteins, an extra serving of noodles and so on. But it wasn't like a machine that made ramen. It was just a vending machine that vended the tickets for you. So you would put in all your selections there, and then you would pay and then get the ticket. Then you would walk inside and hand the ticket over to the chef, who would go ahead and cook everything up according to your receipt. And like, I don't know, I just thought it was a lot of fun. I saw that and I was like, wait, I want to try everything. I want to try all the combinations. I could not. I was able to get 4 vending machines. I was able to try at least 4 vending machines, like entirely, going from like the left to right, all of the drinks that were being offered. I was able to try about 4 vending machines worth of everything, but I wasn't able to try all the food. Man, I want to go back. I did this at a fried rice restaurant. It's so good. I went to a place like that. It's very nice because I like to eat alone. Would you want to live there or just visit? Actually, now that I think about it, I think for me personally, I would just like to visit. Reality gets in the way of things. Unfortunately, if I were to live there, I would have to pay taxes on the income twice. So it like I would have to pay like Japan's version of taxes for some of the income made. So probably not that. Whoa, really? Yeah, it's the fun part of having a job. Like you're not allowed to just make money and live in a place without paying taxes. So like I would have to pay taxes in Japan and here in Utopia as well. Other VTubers got that tax issue, yeah. Making income, you still need to pay taxes even if it is made foreign, overseas, I would say, from Utopia. So yeah. Japan's good for visiting foreigners not living there. According to my friend who lives there, small group of people who are foreign or welcoming, and it's complicated. I lived there for about 8 months. I thought it was fine, but then again, I am a bit of a loner. I am a bit of a loner. Like when I worked there, I would just go down to the rental office every single month and I would just pay them with a check, not say anything, right? I would just be like, and then I would hand them the check in the envelope and then just go back. that would be it. You know, like I wouldn't talk to any of my neighbors. I wouldn't talk to anyone, you know, who's like showing up. If it was a delivery person, I would just grunt at them. And then, you know, they would open the door and be like, Shinri-san. And be like, And then I would sign and then they'd go. Like I didn't I didn't talk. So for me, like I kept to myself a lot because I just like being lost in not the sauce, just lost in like a different culture. Did you learn any Japanese? No, they had English signs all over the place. If you stayed in Tokyo, it's all English. So you didn't really need to know too much. Oh, you fit in perfectly then, right? Exactly. The only thing they'd be like, what is this tall, shirtless man wearing this bright orange jacket doing, walking around here, just getting very overly excited about all these vending machines. Besides that, you know, I pretty much fit in and no one really noticed me and they really wouldn't be able to tell. But no, like I just kept to myself. Like the biggest things, I guess, would be like the most, I don't know, like even shopping wasn't that difficult. Because like if you go to there's a big department store in Japan called Don Quixote. It's spelled with a J instead of the X. So I guess it's legally distinct. I don't know how things work over there, but it's called Don Quixote. But like Don Quixote's like a huge department store, and I would love going there every single weekend to do my groceries. But like you don't have to talk to anyone. You can just wander around all the floors and then just pick up what you need and then leave. Like you. Like you didn't even have to talk to the cashiers because they just kind of like, to be fair, the cashiers are basically on autopilot because, you know, that's what all cashiers are like, working there at autopilot. It's a shopping mall, right? It's huge. There's tons of floors. There's a lot of things. You're gonna think I'm a kid at heart for this, but my favorite thing to buy there is the big katsu. It's big katsu. It's like a snack that's supposed to emulate just the fried parts of katsu. Like, it's just so I would always go and get a whole bunch of those because I thought it was very I like the flavor of it. And then there was like a whole bunch of different, oh gosh, what did it? Wait, like the baby crabs, the baby small crabs. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering it right. It's literally called just big katsu. Big katsu. It comes in like a cream and red wrapper, and it's just I don't even know what it is. It's like fish paste that's been flattened into paper and then fried. And then it's just that. It's to replicate the sensation of eating fried foods. It's really good. I really liked it. I ate a bunch of those when it was over. But yeah, it looks like a little rectangle of fried food, and it's just made with like fish or like octopus paste into like a small strip and then fried. It's really good. It's really good. 40 yen. Yeah, it's also very cheap. I'll have to say, there was a department store underground that was in line with my work and the place I had rented, and I went down there and I was greeted with an amazing sight of Strong Zero that only cost like $1 per can. And it wasn't like a small can of beer. It was like one of those like big, not the 40, the medium-sized big can of beer. Hang on, let me see. Strong Zero size. It's not the small ones. It's the really tall ones. How many ounces is this? I forget. 24 ounce. Yeah, 24 ounce one. 24 ounce of Strong Zero, and it's only like $1. Which Strong Zero is your favorite? I kind of like them all, but I have a slight preference for the grapefruit one. I have a slight preference for the grapefruit one because I don't know, the bitterness of it feels really nice when you're eating like beer foods. It's really good. Lemon is so good. I think lemon is like the default one that everyone goes for. I think for me, like it's grapefruit. Stuff in Japan is so cheap, right? Easy to spend more than you expected, right? Oh my god. Wait, Chad, have I told you the story about me going to get konbini chicken? I don't know if I told this story or not. I'm pretty sure I did because it's a story I tell a lot. It's a wonderful memory I have of my time in Japan. Okay. Family chicken, yeah. So the place that I was living in had 3 konbinis nearby. There was one Lawson's, one Family Mart, and then what was the last one? 7-Eleven, I think 7 and I. It was konbinis, right? But they all have chicken thighs, like fried chicken thighs, and it is amazing, right? But I didn't. I would, every single day after work, I would go home and I would buy a whole bunch of Strong Zero. And then I would start drinking a whole bunch of Strong Zero. And then around 2 a.m., like 1:30, 2 a.m., I would have been like, man, I could go for some chicken. And I left and I wandered outside to go buy chicken at a konbini. And I was like, this is amazing. This is delicious. And then I started going there fairly frequently to the point where on that weeknight, or the weekday night, workday night, early in the morning, I went in and the clerk recognized me and they were like, oh, it's Shinri. And then without hesitation, they went over and then they just started getting the chicken ready. And I was like, oh no, that's not okay. So from that day on, what I would do is I would alternate and rotate between the 3 konbinis that were close to my apartment so that I would hit them on off days so that none of the clerks that ever worked there would see me stumble in, in subsequent days, in sequential days, wandering in at 2 a.m. completely smashed looking for chicken. So I would like strategically remind myself, all right, okay, you went to Lawson's last time, so we can't go there today. We're gonna have to go to like Family Mart this time. And I would have this little board just on there with a little triangle, just to remind myself, okay, you can't go to this konbini anymore because they know you. They know you now. He's drunk again, get the chicken ready, right? That's why I didn't like, do not perceive me. Hey Flayon, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the raid. Hello Maki Rudes. How was your stream? I hope you had a good stream. What were you doing? Did you play Splatoon? But yeah. Hope you got lots of dubs. But yeah, that's my my konbini chicken story right there. There is a certain type of shame. There was a certain type of epiphany, an awakening that happens within your soul when you walk into a konbini at 2 in the morning and they just start getting that chicken ready. Like when you see that happen, you're like, oh, I am now that guy. I am now known as that guy. I have an identity, that this person has a persona of me in their mind that is recognizable, right? I'm not just some random customer. I wonder every now and then if they still think. Because like they'll be working, they'll be like, man, I wonder what ever happened to that guy. The guy that showed up drunk every night at 2 a.m. to get chicken. And chat, my go-to order was just one regular chicken and then one spicy. Because it was really good. It was really good. You are the chicken man. Hey, konbini chicken is really good. Do you know what they use? They use the chicken thighs. and it's so juicy. I don't know how they do it. They do it. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And it's so juicy. It's got like a perfect amount of crunch. It has like a perfect amount of seasoning too. And the spice, not too strong. It's just so good. Family Mart spicy chicken's right. Oh, it's so good. It is amazing. The chicken thighs. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. In order of best to worst: chicken thighs, drumsticks, wings, breast. Chicken thighs always. I will always go for chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are so versatile. You can cook them in so many ways. Like, the only thing I would use chicken breasts for is chicken salad. That's the only thing I would use it. I would cook it, and then I would break it apart, and then I would turn it into chicken salad. Taton, hello. Don't feel bad, made someone's thinking of you. I've become a legend that this person tells their family, like, long ago when I used to work at a konbini, there was this one weird guy that would always show up every day at 2 a.m. He would only order 2 pieces of chicken, 1 regular, 1 spicy. He never said a word, but he always paid in exact change, which was kind of suspicious now that I think about it, because he had like memorized the cost of exactly 2 pieces of chicken and had the perfect amount. Wow, actually, now that I think about it, that is weird. Maybe that's why it stuck out a bit more. Now that I think about it, that does make sense. If this guy keeps showing up every 2 a.m. with the exact change just for 2 chickens. Okay, that does make a bit more sense. I'm the local cryptid. Hip and pray, thank you so much for the super chat. Huzzah for the chicken man. You just realized, okay, so I wasn't thinking about it, you know, like I wasn't going out of my way to be all like, all right, I want to have exact change and freak him out. I thought it was like, I'm gonna have exact change so I can just drop off the coins and then just move on, right? Like in my head was, I want to make this efficient, you know, I want to pay and get out. Goose and Gaps, thank you for the super chat. I worked at a dessert place named The Cookie Monster, who would buy all the cookies we had, and if he came, we knew our fate. The chicken. A very considerate drunk. I would say good foresight, because if I am drunk, I'm probably not going to be thinking. So like fumbling around for exact change, nah. I'll have it prepared. That way. Oh no, this string cut out again. Oh no. Oh no. Not again. We will just chill here for a little bit until we're back. The Cookie Monster H. Hello everyone. Welcome back. I apologize, we have these network issues again. I think we're back. He's back. Prepare the chicken offering. It's like, oh my goodness, Shinri's here. Let's get the chicken ready. Peeps McGee, thank you for the super chat. I gotta go update your SCP to include a chicken cryptid. Thank you. And so, Loquidi, what if the stats in the 3 konbinis were actually friends and they would be like, oh, God, you bought the chicken from you? I wonder if it'll be like an urban legend, like, oh, wait, I think I saw the chicken man. When I was working the night shift, the chicken man came to our place. Like, oh, no way, I saw him there last week at my shop. And then, like, there's like an underground like group of people trying to like map out the location of where this chicken man, like all these various konbinis that the chicken man hits at exactly 2, right? They're like, they have this like network of like texts, like have like people on the lookout watching for where the chicken man strikes. We'll let you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Thank you. Urban legend in the making. Yeah. The chicken will learn to fear me. Iliel, thank you so much for the super chat. Had the same experience. The staff would smile at me because I no longer say, "Can I take your order?" because she already knows what I want. Thank you for the super chat. And Reverie, thank you for the super chat. Chicken Man. He is legend. Man, I Am Legend. The plot of the movie really got lost somewhere along the way. But I like this one a little bit better. The lore is now Shinri's headcanon. Exactly. It's not that we are being awkward and leaving strange stories for people to tell. We are becoming legends, and we are leaving lore for people to share. Because in the future, they'll be like, this one time, kids gather around, Grandpappy has a story to tell. This one time. Have you heard of the legend of the chicken? CF Asura, thank you for the yellow super chat. Thank you. Wake up, baby, new Krypton just around. Imagine if you left that kind of a story, like that kind of an impact on people, and then their children grow up trying to find, and they'll be like, I need to find out exactly who it was that left this impact on Grandpa. I need to know. I must uncover the secrets. He leaves a trail of grease in its wake. Hey, I wasn't that messy of an eater. Did you know the wrappers for the chicken have like these perforated perforated edges where you could eat the chicken, and then when you're done, you fold it along the perforation and you can tear it off to grab like the bottom half of the chicken. It's really good. Like they understand the technology. It's like a hot pocket. Exactly. You ever show up early just to throw them off? It's 1:45, but now they think they've lost 15 minutes. Gaslighting the poor clerks. I wonder, like because they would be like the ones I saw. They were like pretty young. They were like, I don't know, I would say like early 20s or so. And they were working night shift, right? So they're probably not, they're just bored. They're hanging out on their phones or something, right? But just like collectively gaslight them, like every single 2 a.m. Just like wait right outside. The moment it hits 2 a.m. walk in, and then one day just throw them off and show up a little bit early. Leave the wrong change and convince them the price has gone up. I think there's like they have a big thing about like making sure everything, if you pay an exact change, like they want to make sure that you don't want to pay them more, because apparently it's like a cultural slight. It slides into the chicken store. Just you can hear the chicken man approaching when it gets close to 2 a.m. because you can hear me hiccuping after I've had too many strong zeros. You can you're just at night when you're walking alone at around 2 a.m. Keep your ears open for the telltale sign of the chicken man going hick, hick, hick in the night. I mean, thank you for re-upping the membership, Quiddy. Is it the blueberry coffee story on Tumblr? I don't know about the blueberry coffee. I want to know about this. I love cryptids. I'm gonna search this up. Blueberry coffee. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not familiar, but it's the true lore, chat. It's the true lore. Some say you can hear it to this day. Oh my gosh. If Altair and I both did that, like he's going on his 3 a.m. walks, and oh my god, wait. What if we did that? What if we did that? Just all of us will hit one very specific konbini at like 15-minute intervals. We would walk in and we all order the exact same thing. You know? We walk in, I'm like, all right, I'll have a regular chicken, and then I'll have a spicy chicken, and then pay. And then there'll be that. 15 minutes later, someone else walks in. have a regular chicken and a spicy chicken exactly the same way. We have to deliver that line in the exact same way. Because by the third person, you'd be like, what is happening? What's going on? 3 people walking in here, ordering the same food in the exact same way? Like, imagine the gaslighting you can do. Put on the same outfit. Wait, whoops, thank you for the super chat. 2 a.m. chicken man time, 3 a.m. leader laundry time, as any hour safe. It's a very specific off collab. We're gonna fly out and meet together just to go gaslight the poor overnight night shift workers. This is one very specific combini. I wonder though, like, a glitch in the matrix, exactly. Like, oh, I would be terrified if that were happening. There have been a few like glitches in the matrix that I remember. I remember vaguely. I don't think they actually happened, but I'm pretty sure I remember them happening. The cat glitch. I've seen that a few times. New Chilla's horror game. You're just some poor like high schooler working a night shift, and then this strange man walks in and orders the same thing over and over again. Yeah, okay, so the glitch in the matrix for me have been very obvious things. I told you all about my like spooky story, right? The glitch in the matrix story in the cornfields. Or sorry, not the cornfield, like the farm fields, the thing. Yeah, the one with the jacket and like the row of trees. Yeah, that one. But like the other ones I've had are like pretty similar. Like I would see like doubles of things, and he always has exact change too, right? Wait, going back to that real quick. What if that was a thing? Like in the cafe one, right? In the barista one, you had to just make the drinks, right? But in this horror game, you're just the cashier, and instead of making the drinks, you just pay the cashier, and excuse me, what's the big part? The gameplay part there is you just doing math to go ahead and calculate the change for the people, right? I wonder if people will notice someone who walks up and only buys the same thing over the course of multiple days, but pays an exact change. Would that stand out enough that you'd be like, wait a minute, something seems strange. What's going on here? You know? Arnolfo, thank you so much for the super chat. The entire guild tempest did this, would be hilarious. You'll all just go around the corner laughing your butts off. Thank you for the super chat. If they all look similar. As a former cashier, I don't think I would. That's the thing, right? Because when it comes to games, because most of the gameplay would be like someone pays you 10, you know? Or like, 1,000 yen, and you have to like break it down into change. And then you have to do your math and you have to pay them with the coins back. If someone comes into the store and pays with exact change, the gameplay wise, you'd be like, oh good, I don't have to do all this math. So as the player, you would think to yourself, oh, I can't wait for this person to show up again because I know they always pay in exact change and I don't have to do the math thing in my head, right? So you build up that little bit of like, hey, I want to see this person again. Because when they pay, they always pay an exact change. And then you realize something is off about them. They're not as friendly. Because your initial thought was, oh, they're friendly because gameplay-wise, it's easier for me to handle their order. But there's something a bit more than just gameplay that is happening. And because you don't have to think about doing the math on their orders, it opens up your mind to just kind of pay a bit more attention to them. And you'd be like, wait a minute, like, why is he always wearing that? Or why is his hand behind his back all the time? Like small little details that you can observe because you're not distracted trying to do the math, you know? Oh, I think that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Chianlo, thank you so much for re-upping the membership, Okoiri. And how do I type Okoiri? True horror would be the math, right? And then you hear the hiccups. That'd be really cool. Story and gameplay integration, exactly. And then you smell the grapefruit strong zero. What if it's a monster wearing the regular skin after a while? Ooh, that'd be pretty cool. What if the regular is the monster? Like, I guess that would be getting very close to the stalking one already. But oh gosh, where do you get such cool game ideas? I don't think I give cool game ideas. I think it's that I enjoy paying attention to the nuances of things so that you can start to explore a bit more about what happens when you just pay more attention to it. You know? It's not like I'm not like coming up with like revolutionary game ideas. It's more like, hey, let's slow down. Let's see if we come back a bit. Oh. Chad, hello? Are you back? Are you back? Hello, Chad. So I can't actually see you. I'm only looking at you on my phone, using my data plan to see chat. I can't actually see. My PC is completely disconnected and OBS is telling me that we're in the red. I can't see anything. Chat is not updating. Will we slow down? Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh no, it's gone. Uh-oh. Thank you for the super chat though. This feels a little bit more intimate, I guess. I'm cradling chat right now in my hands as I look at you guys. Maybe time to call for tonight. I think so, but I don't know how to end the stream from here. I'm holding onto my phone and staring at you, but I don't have the like end stream button on mobile right now. And I don't know if my PC will work because nothing is connected on my PC at the moment. I'm surprised OBS is still streaming. Usually it's the other way around where OBS stops streaming and then everything else is working. Oh no. Be careful with us. Yeah, of course. I'm holding you with both hands right now. Yeah. I don't know. This is a very different perspective though. It's very cute. I can see everyone's like usernames scrolling by on my screen. Aww. I don't know why, but like mentally I have this image of everyone just being smaller quays now that you're on my phone instead of on the screen. Hello, chat. Hello. Alright, I think because I can't get it, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button here on this side. I don't know if it'll work or not. Oh, Let's Play, thank you so much for this the super chat. I can see it. There's a button on mobile that shows up. Thank you for the super chat. I guess we'll talk about the story about like the glitches in the Matrix at another time. I think we had almost 3 hours. Not too bad. I apologize for all the network issues, everybody. Alas, it's one of those things I'll have to wait and see if I can get fixed eventually, but until then, yeah. Almost 3 hours. We almost got to the 3 hours. Alright, cool. Just a reminder, Chad, I do want to change my schedule up starting next week. I'll make an announcement about it. We'll be moving our Zatsudans over to the mornings, and then we'll be putting our game streams over to the evenings. And then I'll have a proper schedule post that shows off what's happening, what's switching, and what's rotating around. Thank you all for stopping by. Wonderful, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna hit the button on my end, and we'll see if it works or not. Because right now it's not like loading or anything. All right, here we go. I don't know if it did. OBS is not switching scenes. Okay, wait. Can I just do the hotkey without clicking it? Oh, I think that worked. I can hear the sound change. Here we go. All right, chat. What I'm going to do... Oh gosh, I don't know if this is going to work. Sabrina, thank you so much for re-upping the membership. Okwedi. All right. I'm going to hit end stream on my dashboard. I don't know if it'll go through or not. But we'll see. I don't know if I can... Hang on, can I refresh? I'm scared to refresh. If it loads... Oh, I think it's working. Okay, I can see chat now, but... the page is loading, but I don't see anything. I don't know if I can redirect. Are any of the boys streaming right now? If they're not streaming right now, then I guess we don't need to worry about redirecting, but I can't see anything. Like, none of the elements are loading. Okay. Excellent 10 minutes. I don't have the option to see where his stream is, unfortunately. Alright, I hope you all have a wonderful time over at Axel Stream. I will not be able to redirect from here because the elements on my page aren't loading. Thank you for stopping by for this little Zatsu. I will see you all tomorrow for some Resident Evil 4. Oyasumi.